am Kunal Kapoor and this is Foodie Comes to America, a show where I explore the Indo-American cuisine on offer in various cities of the US of A. Today our stop is Long Island, which happens to be a short drive away from New York City. Indians in Long Island have been steadily increasing in number, so much so that now we make up the second largest immigrant population here in the Hispanics. But today, the restaurant I'd be visiting is one of the classics, a restaurant that has kept the flag of Indian cuisine flying high for almost over 60 long years now. Anton's by Minar might be in Hicksville, Long Island.
My next destination is one of the favorites of Long Island, Anton's by Minar. What makes it so special? Let's find out. What is really interesting about Anton is that the moment you enter, what you find is the interiors that you're really attracted to. It's nice, spacious, very airy, along with this beautiful staircase. Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Rajji.
Welcome to Anton's.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Nituji.
How are you?
Very good.
How was your travel?
Oh, it's a long way away from home, but I enjoyed it.
Okay, you must be hungry. So.
Really hungry.
All right.
Really hungry. And I'm looking forward to you guys treating me now.
Oh, sure. Please, please follow.
See, it was when we bought it, it was like that, but we cleaned it out and paint, and we done a lot of effort to clean this place out and put all things new, and came out good. We shape it up. Our food is like a homemade food. We do it, we don't use too much oil and all those things, and we cook it the way we do it at home. That's why we are famous for that, like homemade style food. We use all the fresh spices, all the fresh stuff. We don't use any frozen thing. That's another reason we get all taste better than others. This in restaurant business, my father started in 1976, and I joined him in 1983. We started Minar in 83, and 95 he passed away. So after 95, I took over the whole thing, starting from one restaurant to make like 3 Minar, 2 Banaras. I own Banaras and I own Angan, and then we bought 2.5 years back Anton's, and work hard. I leave in the morning 6 a.m., coming back 8, 9 o'clock, 6 restaurant and 1 this banquet hall. And couple of things we pick up from there to get it tasted here. See, this location is first of all centrally location in Hicksville on the main road, on Old Country Road. So we really like this location, and then we took this place, and since 2.5 years we're doing it, and it's coming out very good these days. We have 800 people capacity in 3 halls, and like we have small halls which can contain like 40 people each in small halls. It's my passion to have a restaurant since 83, as soon as I came to this business, and I really love into this business, and that became my passion.
All right, Rajji, when exactly you opened the Anton's by Minar?
It's been 2.5 years since we opened Anton's by Minar.
And from what I understand, Minar has been here in the America for a very, very long time.
It's been established in past 30 years. It's been there. Minar is a household name, famous for their food, service, outside catering. And tri-state area, I would say whole United States, they know the name Minar.
So when you opened this catering establishment and this catering space, you didn't name it Minar. It was Anton's by Minar. Why is that?
Anton's was established here. It's an Italian name, and it was established like 60 years back. It's the oldest catering hall in Hicksville. And we add Minar's name because we don't want to lose Anton's, because people, they know this place by Anton. So, and everybody else knows the name Minar. So we add that spice in to make it Anton's by Minar.
Beautiful. And as I was entering, I saw the interiors. The interiors look really bright, nicely done up. And like I've understood that Anton's has been here for a very, very long time.
Yep.
So I feel there's a lot of effort that has gone in redesigning the place.
Yeah, I think 2.5 years, none of us, you see all these people sitting down here, none of us has slept well since we opened Anton's. We work really hard day and night. I mean, hats off to our crew here, and they work day and night to make this place look very, very good.
So how big is this place?
We have capacity of around 800 people in here. We have 3 halls, 3 catering halls here in one facility. So you have a capacity of 175, 375, and 175. And then we have 2 small halls for 80 people.
But at the end of the day, a hall is a hall is a hall. What really matters is the food and the service.
Service, of course, that's
Really important. That's the soul of, let's say, अगर ये शरीर है तो इसका जो soul
Of course,
है,
जो आत्मा है, जो food है, जो आपको पता है, Minar का food itself is a brand here in the United States. And we do catering, we do it all.
So what cuisine do you primarily serve at Anton's?
Most of it is Indian and Pakistani, of course. And that's with that we do Mexican, we do any kind of continental, European, American, yeah, we do it all.
And so, but within Indian, because for me it's very important that my trip to America is mostly trying to discover the Indian food. Yeah. Sometimes Indian food has taken on this avatar and gone into this zone of modern Indian,
Sure.
with success and not so successful. At the same time, there have been people who have done restaurants or catering establishments where the food has been classic, and keeping classic food alive the way it is done back in India is a difficult challenge, considering sourcing of people, the right kind of people, and maintaining them. Do you have that kind of problem here in maintaining the same standards and quality?
I mean, the way Neetuji has run his business for past 30 years, if you try Minar's foods, I think I ate that food 30 years back, and it still tastes the same after 30 years. So I don't know how he's maintained it. He got the right people, he had the right mind frame for people to get the right food done, and he's been very successful with that.
So what about your team here? Are they like all Indians or they're mixed?
It makes sense. Half of our crew, will introduce you to the crew, they're Spanish, and half of them are Indian.
No, but in your kitchen?
In our kitchen, yes.
Okay,
So,
that's strange.
I mean,
so the crew over there is half Indian, half Spanish, and they
Yes.
do Indian food.
Yes, sir.
But that must be a difficult task, training non-Indians into Indian food, because understand my condition. I'm coming from India, where only Indians do Indian food, and that's a bit of a challenge for me to understand that somebody else out of India doing our own desi khana in a certain way. Imagine, a Gora Firangi doing a tandoori chicken for me. I don't know. For me, it feels like, pata nahi kaisa khana hoga. A lot of restaurants in US, I've seen that there are a lot of Americans or Mexican or Spanish people or British people doing Indian food, and they do Indian food in a certain way. But Indian food done by an Indian has its own charm, has its own taste and nuances. So what about your team here? Are they like all Indians or they're mixed?
It makes sense. They are half of our crew. We'll introduce you to the crew. They're Spanish, and half of them are Indian.
No, but in your kitchen?
In our kitchen, yes, yes.
Okay,
So,
that's strange. I
I
mean,
mean-
so the crew over there is half Indian, half Spanish, and they
Yes.
do Indian food.
Yes, yes, sir.
But that must be a difficult task, training non-Indians into Indian food, because understand my condition. I'm coming from India, where only Indians do Indian food, and that's a bit of a challenge for me to understand that somebody else out of India doing our own desi khana in a certain way. Imagine, a Gora Firangi doing a tandoori chicken for me. I don't know. For me, it feels like pata nahi kaisa khana hoga.
But I think if you train them right and they are doing good job, but our cooks are doing continental food also. You got to remember that they can cook anything, but everything. But you name it and they will cook it. And they are from Calcutta, our chefs, and they are all from 5-star hotels in India, and and they know to cook American food also. So it goes both way, I would say.
So, what are your signatures within the menu, specifically the Indian menu that you do?
Over here today, we have lamb chops, Nilgiri korma, and then you have saffron shrimp.
Shrimps, yeah.
Yeah, you'll taste them all, and we kept it light because it's lunchtime here now. So,
Well, I don't mind eating. Can we taste?
no, please.
And so this is the food which half Indians, half Spanish, they have cooked.
Exactly.
So that's the Nilgiri korma,
Nilgiri kormas.
which is like a nice lamb dish.
Yep. Now we got some lamb chops here. Right here is fine. Thank you.
That's a big platter.
Punjabi style lamb chops.
Yes.
How's that taste?
Very nice. What I really like about the lamb chops is the quality of the meat.
Sure.
I think it's very tender. It's a good grade of meat. What I also am enjoying is that the fact that it's not over marinated. Sometimes what chefs do is that they tend to put a lot of marinade and marinate it for a very long time, which makes the meat also dry. And what you taste is more of the marinade and less of the meat, which clearly over here is not the question. So you taste more of meat, just the right amount of marinade. Salt is perfect, tartness is perfect, and there is no chaat masala, which is such a welcome change. Because आप इतना कुछ बनाते हो ऊपर से इतना सारा चाट मसाला डाल देते तो it all tastes the same. So I'm glad there is no chaat masala on top. This is a welcome change, yeah.
These are quality lamb chops. We get it from New Zealand. It's not, something that it's not ordinary lamb chops. We get them from New Zealand.
These are beautiful New Zealand lamb chops, and I think the treatment also is perfect. So hats off to you guys for doing it so nicely.
Credit goes to him.
Thank you.
I can eat the entire platter. Where is it gone? Gone.
Gone. It's sold out already. Here we go.
It's a fish.
That's some reserve fish.
So seriously, आप लोगों का इरादा है कि मैं दोबारा से मोटा हो जाऊं? I think the lamb is just falling off the bone, which means it's nicely cooked and still looks very, very moist.
या बता दो क्या बोला.
Excellent. Excellent. I think I've tasted a good lamb curry after a very, very long time. This Nilgiri korma, it is robust with lamb flavor. At the same time, it has got this freshness of coriander and mint into it. Excellent. Is this one of the specialities on Minar restaurant as well?
Yeah.
It is? Clearly. A lot of times the catering food is considered to be a food which is a notch below, a patch below the restaurant food, but clearly over here, this is as good as any good restaurant food.
Thank you.
Kunal, now we're going to try the Nilgiri korma we're talking
definitely.
about. It's really very delicious.
I'm overeating clearly there. I think the lamb is just falling off the bone, which means it's nicely cooked and still looks very, very moist.
Yeah, bata do kya bola.
Excellent, huh? Excellent. I think I've tasted a good lamb curry after a very, very long time. This Nilgiri korma, it is robust with lamb flavor. At the same time, it has got this freshness of coriander and mint into it. Excellent. Is this one of the specialities on Minar restaurant as well?
Yeah.
It is? Clearly. You know, a lot of times the catering food is considered to be a food which is a notch below, a patch below the restaurant food. But clearly over here, this is as good as any good restaurant food.
Thank you.
It's most common in Banaras, which is fine dining. And like, you know, Neetuji, he owns 2 Banaras in Midtown, and he has another restaurant which is also fine dining called Angan. That's by Columbia University. So that's where these dishes are
No wonder the
very famous.
No wonder the food of Anton's is driven by somewhere his experience of restauranting for so many years. Huh?
Oh, that's helping us tremendously. I mean, to maintain the food quality every day the same is really tough. And I don't know how he's been doing, but he's very successful doing that for years now.
I think with a certain name, you need to back it up with quality. So your restaurants are already known for the quality food. So it becomes even more important in a catering unit because over here, the multiplication, the number of people is so huge that you just can't dissatisfy them. You make sure that all of them are happy once they come to your place and they leave happy. It's very important. Now, what I really enjoyed about the meal today is the treatment, the way you treated the meats. Usually, it's very easy with Indian food to overcook meats. You know, we generally tend to overcook the mutton or the chicken or the prawn or the fish. ढंग से पका दो, अच्छी तरीके से भून दो. And that somewhere kills the entire experience of eating a meat. So the prawn is done just right. The mutton was falling off the bone. The chop in tandoor cooked the right way. The Amritsari fish that I had was very nice and moist. And thank God Amritsari fish was done the way it's done in Amritsar. It's not like a fish ka pakoda. You know, usually people do besan ka pakoda. They take the same batter and do the fish. That's not Amritsari fishes. So very less of batter, more of fish flavor coming through. Beautiful. I think it's been an exceptional meal up till now.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I mean, आप आ गए और इसमें बाहर भी आ गई. Yeah, I would say.
The warmth with which I am being treated by the owners and staff here is truly exceptional. I feel as if I am having lunch with an extended family back in Delhi rather than in a restaurant thousands of miles away from home. There are so many things that I have tasted which I would want to recreate in my own kitchen. My stomach might have to do with some serious overtime today. That was a truly satisfying meal. No wonder the Indians in Long Island can't have enough of Anton's by Minar. I might have to go for a marathon after this to burn all the calories that I have put on in the last 1 hour. So here is me, Kunal Kapoor, signing off for this episode. But don't forget to tune in to the next episode for some more foodie adventures.
A decade or two back, finding good Indian food outside of India was a bit of a challenge, but that is clearly not the case anymore. An Indian never travels alone. His food always follows him. He might come back, but the essence of Indian food stays back and lingers on. The next restaurant that I'll be visiting has got global ambitions with 100% Shuddh Desi Khana. It's the Chawla's restaurant, and it is one of those few Indian restaurant chains that is confidently entering the American market. Jagdeep ji, jo aapne restaurant khola hai, Chawla's, it has a very strong connection to India. And as a person who has grown up in Delhi, who's seen a lot of Chawla chicken and Chawla restaurants and Chawla takeaway, especially in Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, UP, there's a strong presence of that Chawla, and you're the first one to bring it to US. So when did that happen?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking for a long time. A lot of us living in USA, we always crave for the authentic Indian taste. There are a lot of Indian restaurants, as you mentioned, and everywhere we go, we just say, you know what, India jaisa khana nahi milta.
This program is sponsored by Sujata Gold Atta. Powered by Ashoka and Haldiram. Restaurant partners Antons by Minar, Bukhara Grill, Benares, Brick Lane, Chawla's, Jackson Diner, Nan King, Parantha Junction, Swan Club and The Castle. Media partner, The South Asian Times.